Hello everybody and welcome to Van Trans's The Couch Racing Experience. In today's video, we're racing NASCAR Heat 2 in the career mode hot seat race at the Tricky Triangle Pocono Speedway. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Couch Racing Experience. Today we're racing NASCAR Heat 2 hot seat race. I'm driving the number 8 fire alarm truck, and I actually placed in 8th place in the starting position, and I don't have my time, or I'd give you that time. I completely forgot to write it down. This is my first race at Pocono. I have raced Pocono before. This is race number 6 out of the season so far. There will be a lot more to come. This is my first race on a higher setting. Before, the races were at 7% and no flags. This race has all the flags and it's at 13%. The stages are really short, and I think for the next race I'm going to go ahead and lengthen the distance and the time on this race to increase the stages and hopefully make it a better race. Let's get her underway and go racing. In the start of these NASCAR races, I've learned to start out and stay with the pack. Don't try to pass or be aggressive until the field thins out a little bit. Start spreading out a little bit more, then start your aggression. Sometimes when I enter a turn too fast, or I get spooked out that I'm going to cross that line and wipe out, I tend to not hold my line, and I get tossed up to the outside of the track. That's something that I got to work on. Sometimes I'm not always the best character of speed, but that's just something that I got to work on. This is one of those examples of coming into the turn too fast. I was trying to pass the blue 45 truck. Well, I was going into the turn too fast, and it brought me to the outside of the track where I rubbed shoulders with the yellow Menards number 88 truck. So this was the end of the first stage. That was just 3 laps, and it's already the end of the first stage. See why I told you at the beginning where I'm gonna have to extend the length of this just to make the stages longer and effectively making the race longer. I started out in 8th place, and I finished the stage in 8th place. So let's see if we can't do better in the next stage. I also opted out of pitting. The race just isn't long enough to make a pit stop, so why even bother? Okay, I caused this accident right here. I was going too fast in a turn again, and my tail started coming around to say hi. I drove into the number 45, the Silence Company truck. And luckily, both of us held it together. Even though we held it together, I kind of rebounded off of him and then back down into the inside, which then I hit another truck. I don't remember which number it was, but it caused a chaos there, and I see a vehicle that was in the background that rolled. As far as having angry rivals with me in this game so far, I haven't come across any, but this might just give me a few. There's 3 more laps. We're now on to lap 6. This is the end of the second stage. Those are some quick stages. And at the restart, I'll start in 9th position. I lost 2 spots coming down from 6th due to the accident. And again, I chose not to pit, just not a long enough race. So the restart lasted for 2 laps. I lost 2 laps in there for some reason. I don't know why the game did that, but it did. I definitely need a lot more practice on my stability into the turns. I'm either going too fast or I'm just not turning far enough. Generally when I race to keep my races clean. In NASCAR, I try my hardest, and in other genders, I try my hardest to keep a clean race. Unless it's like a rally or something where you're meant to get dirty. But as far as trying to keep clean, I try to keep as clean as I can, but remain competitive. And sometimes I just lose a little bit of control into the turns again. And I'll say it again and again and again. I need a lot of work on these turns. There's a couple things that I'd like to see 704 games implement into NASCAR. I would like to see a NASCAR Heat classic game. A game that involves all the classic cars from the beginning of NASCAR, plus the rules for those tracks and those tracks. All the cars, tracks, and the rules that pertain to those years. Establishing your own team and racing number. And of course, better sound. This is a way better sound than NASCAR Heat Evolution, but the cars still sound too computery, all at the same time. Jumble up a bit, make it sound more like a real race car. These are just a few things that I would like to see 704 games implement into the NASCAR Heat games. Okay, right there, my car got a little loose. I went to the turn just a little bit too fast and tight, and the rear end started to spin a little bit. But I was able to adjust for it, and I caught it on time. Here ends the race in Pocono. I finished second place with a time of 7:59.106 for 12 laps. Keep in mind, I lost 2 laps on the restart after stage 2. Even though I had an accident and I triggered an accident, maybe I shouldn't be in second place. But there it is. This brings me up to 27th place with 153 points in the overall point standing. So let's see what happens in the next race. I'm not sure where that's going to be at yet. It's a hot seat race, so I don't know when that's going to happen or where it's going to happen. But until then, happy racing.